Hello Simmer Nation, welcome to another video. We're doing another Sims Explained, and I thought given recent events there can only be one person that this would be about, and that would be our girl Agnus Crumplebottom. Yes, the legend, the myth, the almighty Agnus Crumplebottom. So Agnus, now with the inclusion of the Sims 4 Cottage Living, appears in all Sims games in some form. She joins the ranks of Mortimer and Bella, Bob and Betty, Newbie, Daniel Pleasant, and technically the Grim Reaper. You know, she's also an NPC that appears now in every single one. I don't know if the Grim Reaper counts as an NPC or not. I'm presuming he does. And along with Bonehilda and the Tragic Clown, they are now appeared in all 4 main Sims games. So, very good for them. As we normally do, we're going to go in date order of the Sims games. So 3, 1, 2, and then the Sims 4 as an alternative. A universe, timeline, thing. So, we start with the Sims 3. We have our lovely young Agnus. She is a young adult, soon to be an adult at the time that we see this. Agnus has had a bit of a shit time by the time the game starts. She lives in this big house that's not too cute. Very Sims 4 land grab, where it's like this big house but there's 2 bedrooms just either side of it. It's a bit weird anyways. So her traits are she's a hopeless romantic, she's grumpy, a loner, frugal and a bookworm. And her lifetime wishes she wants to be an illustrious author. However, when you first play her, she has the wish come through that she wants to be in the medical career. So maybe she wants to read medical books, write medical books. But either way, she's unemployed. So she lives in Sunset Valley. Both her parents, who are Simon and Prudence Crumplebottom, have passed away, but she is very close and best friends with her sister Cornelia Goth, mother of Mortimer. Yes, Agnus is Mortimer's auntie. Yes, I know. We don't know that if you only played The Sims 4, because that was something they couldn't be asked to do. You know, family trees and all that shit, but whatever. So even though she's best friends with Cornelia, she pretty much has absolutely no relationship with Mortimer or his dad Gunther, who I'm not going to even talk about even more than I necessarily have to, because I might as well just do the goth one. That'll be in the Sims Explained Goth. Keep an eye out for it. She's quite a lot younger than her sister. As I say, Agnus is a young adult, soon to be an adult, and Cornelia is an adult, soon to be an elder. It's about 20 sim days between the two of them. She hasn't had the best of times, as they say. She married a nice man called Eric. Well, a nice man, there's something about him. I don't know, there's something about little Eric that I just don't find brilliant. But anyways, so she married Eric Darling, his name is. And when they went on their honeymoon, before she'd even had a chance to change her name, Eric popped his clogs. He drowned, which I think is really rude, but potentially not his fault. But he's, you know. And this starts the story of Agnus being just generally the Miss Crumplebottom that we know and love. The one that hates everybody. This is what starts her very lonely and bitter existence. Not helped by the fact that Eric is buried on their home and haunts people. So if you play and you try and get people to come around to like take Agnus out for a date, etc., he haunts them and scares them away. So not only did this man have the absolute audacity to drown on holiday, he now has the audacity to make sure that Agnus is never happy again. You know what I mean? That's just vile behaviour. And as you can see in their house, in the 2 bedrooms, one is a half-decorated nursery, so they obviously had some intention of having children. Personally, I don't want to be that, I don't want to be a victim blamer here. But it's a rule that when you are having a child that you don't have baby items in the house. It's like At least I've always been brought up believing it was bad luck to have baby items in the house while pregnant. So really, did they bring it on themselves? Potentially. You can resurrect Eric on if you use ambrosia or the oh my ghost opportunity through the game. You can resurrect him and give him the happy life that everybody deserves. But why would you? I don't know. That's The Sims 3. There's not too much to go on about. It's not like my usuals where there's 50,000 members. That's it. So we move on swiftly to The Sims 1, where she is the Agnes that we know and love. I feel the jawline, that chin. I feel it because before I got my double chin, I had quite a prominent chin, so I feel it here. So, Sims 1, the original, Miss Crumplebottom. She wasn't in the base game, but she does come with the Sims hot date. Zodiac sign, she's a Virgo. I don't know what that means, but it could mean something. So, obviously, after the events of The Sims 3, Eric is haunting everybody that tries to come within 10 feet of her. He went and had the audacity to die, blah, blah, blah. So, she just gets more and more bitter, more and more angry, more and more horrible. And it comes to the point where if she's out and about living her life on any of the community lots, she sees any kind of romantic interaction between Sims, she has to put an end to it. She scolds them, she will smack them, or as we all know, she will beat them with her handbag. I like her. While she is not beating up innocent young lovers, she plays chess on the community lots. However, if somebody tries to join her playing chess, she will just get up and leave. So she clearly doesn't want any kind of friendship. She will have a little boogie on the dance floor. She dances on the dance floor. She'll order ice cream, things like that. And if you have Sims Unleashed, she will like interact with certain animals, like more than non-playable ones, like the birds and the iguanas and things like that. There is with The Sims that obviously this is the day The Sims came out obviously in the year 2000, where the internet wasn't what it was today, etc, etc. And there was, I believe, some kind of strategy guide that was made for The Sims, which says that Miss Crumplebottom, which in itself is weird because she's Miss, is the widower of a Robert Crumplebottom, who is a philanthropist and puppeteer, which I think we get that from, there is a Crumplebottom Memorial Park and it says it there, like that's one of the lots. However, Sim Guru Grant then apparently at some point said, I did see online but I couldn't really find out when he said it, that isn't true. We'll talk about that more in a sec. But Miss Crumplebottom, there you go. So then we get to The Sims 2. By the time The Sims 2 comes along, our girl Agnes is dead. She's still a Virgo though, which that to me is some kind of character development within the Sims team themselves, because as we've seen before with the Brokes and the newbies, they just love changing shit like that for no reason. It doesn't make sense. I reckon this is more of a mistake than an intentional thing. And I know what you're saying. You're saying she wasn't dead in The Sims 2. I had The Sims 2 and she wasn't dead. I'll get to that at the end. Questions at the end, please, children. Yep. So she's dead. Zodiac sign is Virgo. Aspiration was knowledge. She was about 14 days away from end of life anyway in The Sims. I believe she just died of old age though. Buried in the Goth Manor in the mansion along with her sister, her parents, her brother-in-law and various other dead Goths that Mortimer's been keeping around. And as she's a ghost, she can be resurrected. They're her parents and her sister. Because I forgot to press the button at this point. There's Simon, Prudence and Cornelia. Pretty straightforward. It's very... We fly through this when we've only got a few people to talk about. And then we move on to The Sims 4, which, remember guys, is an alternative universe. So far we've seen from young adult to dead person of Crumplebottom. So with The Sims 4, she comes back. I'm liking her outfit. I think it's a lot nicer than we've had previously. I am very much enjoying it. So the trade, she's been given a hothead, bookworm, and loner, which I think pretty much sums it up. It's very close to what we had in The Sims 3, which are quite, I like. However, her aspiration this time is freelance botanist, which, as in The Sims 4, she owns a garden stall. Makes sense. So yeah, she came in with the cottage living. She lives in Henford on Bagley. I keep going to say Henford upon Bagley, which just makes more sense to me in my brain. But there you go. Henford on Bagley. She lives with her cousin Agatha Crumplebottom, who is a new woman within the franchise, but still fabulous. The hair is very similar, but I'm still very liking it. That new hair, that swatch is lovely, by the way. In The Sims 4, they've had her as being married and widowed twice. If you do the Henford Hearts to Hearts with her, she will mention that she has been in a relationship with Eric Darling, who I presume died in similar circumstances in The Sims 4 as he did in The Sims 3, but also Robert Crumplebottom. Now, Sim Guru Grant, back in the day when you said that Miss Crumplebottom was not married to Robert Crumplebottom and now apparently is, why are you lying? What's the truth, hon? So the thing is with Robert Crumplebottom in the Sims 4 alternative timeline, are they related? Because she does also mention in the Hearts to Hearts that she is related to the Goths. So we can keep in that fact that, yes, at some point, well, not at some point, that she is still Mortimer's aunt, her sister is still Mortimer's mother, etc., etc. So Robert, are they related? Because he's a Crumplebottom and she's a Crumplebottom and she's still Agnus Crumplebottom. She's not another Crumplebottom. So, are they married? Did Robert take her name? Bit weird. Anyways, there's The Sims 4. I haven't actually really played much of Cottage Living yet, so I can't give you anything really. I'm having the same issue with her, though, that I had with Shane in Stardew Valley, that she's so horrible that it sparks something in me where I'm like, right, I keep needing to try and be friends with this woman, and she's making it a bit difficult. Anyways, she's back, so that's good. She did previously, I do vaguely remember in the back of my head, and when I googled it, it was true. I think it was when the pack with Windenburg. The pack with Windenburg. Oh my god, whatever it was called. That came out. That was when the Sims team with the trailers started doing this Instagram situation where they didn't actually implement it in the game at the time, I don't think, and they've still not really implemented it in the game. But that's when they started doing it, and her name is Sin there, but it's spelt wrong. I think it's got like a U in it somewhere. But there you go. Now we move on to... This is the point where I would normally go, like, other relatives, stuff like that. We don't really have that here. Apart from this mysterious Robert, who we don't know who the fuck he is, we don't really have any other relatives. But we do have the other Mrs. Crumplebottom. She's Mrs. Crumplebottom. So she is not Agnes. They are not to be confused with each other. You have Agnes Crumplebottom, who at the time of The Sims 2 is dead. And then you have Mrs. Crumplebottom, who came with The Sims 2 Nightlife. They are believed to be distant relations in some kind of way. Before The Sims 4 came out, and possibly still because of the alternative universe timeline situation, it is this Mrs. Crumplebottom who is believed to be the wife of Robert Crumplebottom, the puppeteer man. Not Agnes. And then, therefore, Robert and Agnes are more likely to be related, and she's married into the family situation. So Mrs. Crumplebottom, this woman, came with The Sims 2 Nightlife, and yes, she's a distant relative. She pretty much dresses and acts exactly the same way. Her outfit is very slightly different, and it's a very slightly different colour. She wears more creamy tan, where Agnes has always been a grey woman. She's always gone for grey. she will do pretty much exactly the same. If she sees romantic interactions, she will get involved, hit people, attack people. Very unnecessary behaviour in the modern world. However, whatever. But she will also then lecture people for wearing swimwear, even if they're at the pool, for showing too much skin, or if they are slacking off. She will also lecture or attack them for that. So yeah, if you're interested, Mrs. Crumplebottom, her zodiac sign is a Scorpio and her aspiration is family. Maybe she could be Robert's second wife. I don't know. I just don't know. And that's the end. That's the end of our time with lovely Agnus and her various family members. I love Agnus. I'm glad that she is back. She was always very thrilling to have in the world. I just wish they hadn't very slightly ruined it with the Robert situation. I think that needs to be explained. Simon Grant needs to explain his sins. Thank you so much for joining me. With the save file, certain family ties will be corrected. Don't fret yourselves. So I've already got plans. When those plans will come to fruition, who knows? Because I haven't even finished Oasis Springs yet. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Maybe let me know below who you would like me to do next, because I flip-flop a lot. Flip. This originally wasn't even going to be about Agnus, it was going to be about the goths, but then I thought, well, I could always push the goths back, because they are still connected in the fact that obviously Cornelia and Agnus are siblings. But there we go. Thank you very much, and I will see you all soon. Socials are in the description if you want them. Bye.